Harry and his relationship with his father. It's the relationship with his brother, because his brother's going to be the next king. And Harry, I remember making a TV interview a few years ago saying his main role in life was to support his brother when he became king. Well, he's not doing a very good job of it at the moment.
That's got to be resolved at some stage, hasn't it? Like, do you think someone needs to apologise?
I think Harry's got to. I think he's got to do a lot of penance. Personally, I think he has. I think this, calling in all the money and breaking in the money, trashing the royal family. He doesn't need money. When he was a member of the royal family here, he never needed money. He never even had to worry about parking his car, getting a haircut, ordering a suit, anything. He was someone special. He was a member of the royal family. He was Prince Harry, and he was the Duke of Sussex, and he needed to do that. But he thinks the life in America is sweeter. Well, I think he's beginning to find out it's not as sweet as he thought.
I mean, we spend a lot of time talking about the Montecito twosome that aren't working royals. Should we concentrate on some of the royals that we see every day out and about working?
Yeah. Well,
you've been out with Camilla quite a few times in the last couple of weeks, last couple of days, which you do a lot.
Well,
but we concentrate on the fact that the king is ill and we want the king to get better. How do you think that Camilla, from what you've seen on your jobs, how do you think that Camilla is coping with, being at the forefront of the royals while her husband is recovering from cancer?
Oh, I think she's been amazing from the very beginning. I've done 3 jobs with her actually, and she doesn't look like a concerned wife to me. She doesn't look like she's worried sick about her husband, because she's when she said he's doing very well, and she's laughing and joking. I mean, we did a job with some of the come dancing contestants, and although she didn't dance because it was, I think she thought it wasn't probably the right thing to do, she was excited, and she said, "I'm Strictly's biggest fan." And then with some, recently I did one with detection dogs. These dogs are trained to detect illnesses in people, and Camilla's the patron, and it was their 15th anniversary, and she cut the cake, and she was thrilled, and she was so pleased, and she made this lovely speech about these wonderful animals and what they can do, and totally upbeat, and I feel that the fact that the king is waving to people still when he goes to church on Sunday with a big smile on his face, and the way that she is absolutely just, well, one of the engagements at Cambridge was a job they were jointly supposed to do, the King and the Queen, and of course, because of the King's illness, she brought the engagement forward and carried it out on her own. That's the way she's taken on a lot more of the load, but absolutely smiling, sparkling, and as usual, doing a brilliant job every day. And I suspect because of that, I feel the King is going to make a full recovery. I really do, and it's tough times for the royal family at the moment. Catherine's not coming back till after Easter, and the King, we don't know when he'll be back at work, and or when back facing the public. And the reason he doesn't do that is because he can't afford to catch colds or illnesses or flu, which would hamper his treatment. So the reason he's keeping away from the public eye is because of that. It's not because he doesn't want to. It's because that's what the doctors have ordered him not to.
I suppose with Camilla, what you were saying there is that one of the good things is that Camilla doesn't cause him any grief, whereas other members of the family cause him stress or grief or problems. Camilla is this reliable queen now. We once Princess Consort, now Queen Consort. Now she's the reliable queen that he needs when he's in a position of strife, when he's off, isn't
it? Yeah, and he needs, and she is, I would say that the King is carrying the heavy load, but Camilla's supporting him with it. She's helping him. And, I totally think that's true. I saw the years with Diana, 17 years working with Diana. And, she was the superstar. She was the absolute star of the family. She was the Kate of her time. And Charles, I remember in news in Australia once, he said, "I think I should be 2 wives." He said, because one walking either side of the street, because no one wants to talk to me. They kept calling for Diana. So, but Camilla's complete opposite. She's there to support him. I remember once in Delhi, opening the Commonwealth Games, and they wanted Camilla to sit somewhere else. And she said, "No, I'm sitting next to my husband." And that was it. And she did. And she just got up and sat next to her husband. And whoever's supposed to sit next to Charles was moved. She's determined and she's to support him. But they laugh a lot. They laugh a lot. But, I mean, she's no doormat. I mean, she stands up to him. She won't, she won't be bullied. And but I think, this relationship's been a long while now. And they're incredibly happy together. And she will be there, whatever happens, supporting him to the very end. And, she will never say a bad word about Harry. She will never say a bad word about anybody because that's not her way. She's a kind, lovely, positive about life and always been all the way through. I mean, I've known Camilla since the 70s when she used to compete in the same cross-country team as Prince Charles. And she was always fun there when we used to hunt with him. I mean, she's just a fantastic person and great support to him. And we're so lucky that she's now our queen because she's done and doing a brilliant job.
So Camilla, the Queen, in the King's absence, she led the royal family at the Thanksgiving service at St George's Chapel.
Yeah.
It was for King Constantine II, ousted, the last ever King of Greece. It was great to see her there, leading the royal family, but Prince William wasn't there.
Yeah.
And currently, Kensington Palace have not told us why. They said it was a personal matter, not to panic. We'll see him at engagements in the future. Do you think that the palace, they've been open about the King, we know about the prostate, we know about the cancer. They haven't been very open for the Princess of Wales and William pulling out of this service. Why do you think is that? And do you think that is a problem?
Well, I don't think actually it is a problem. I think it's the way it always was with the royal family. It's only recently where the King has talked about his prostate problems, although we don't know where the cancer is because that's kept secret, and we don't know what operation Catherine had. That's been kept secret. So it's not like it's new. It's the way it always has been. I mean, we didn't know what the King, what Prince Philip died of, or what the Queen died of. We still don't know what was. We don't know what they were in hospital for. We can guess, and we can guess about Catherine, and we can guess about William, but we don't know. And personally, it doesn't bother me. I think those things sometimes. If you've got a problem and you don't want to share it with everybody, and it may be one of the children fell over and hurt themselves, or maybe he had an abscess on his tooth, who knows? Maybe it's just a small thing, but he felt at the time it was more important than going to a church service.
Well, the internet is awash with conspiracy theories.
Well, of course.
I mean, that's the problem. And then there's an information gap. We're trying to find out, why, etc. Do we have a right to know about the private lives and the health of our king and heir to the throne?
Well, I don't think you do need to know everybody. They put a lot of service in publicly. I mean, I can say in the early days when I was photographing Prince Charles, he used to say, "I don't mind what I do when we're working, Arthur, but I don't want to do it all the time." He doesn't want to, on his private life, he wants it private. And I think in many ways, they're entitled to that. But the King talking about his prostate problems encouraged thousands and thousands of people to go and get tested for prostate problems. And, that's a good thing. But look, it doesn't seem to, personally, doesn't bother me. I think all I really want is for the King to get better, Catherine to get better, and William to get back to work, and I think that's going to happen.